For more on the latest steps in restoring relations between Cuba and the United States, we're joined by Arturo Lopez-Levy in California. He's the co-author of Raul Castro and the New Cuba, A Close-Up View of Change. Arturo, welcome back.
It's a great pleasure to be again with you, Elsie.
Are you surprised how much progress these two countries made once the initial announcement was made last December? We're talking about 7 months.
Well, what really surprised me is that the steps taken by President Castro and President Obama has not provoked greater resistance in the U.S. political system and in Havana. Since 1958, there have not been a meeting of a president of Cuba and the United States, and that happened at the Summit of the Americas in Panama. So I think that it took, well, as you said, 7 months, but I think that it has been a great progress in relatively short time.
Arturo, you mentioned opposition, but there has been Republican opposition in the United States, in this country. We're talking about Senator Marco Rubio, Jeb Bush, both of whom are presidential contenders. And the Congresswoman from Florida even called the announcement just another trivial attempt for President Obama to go legacy shopping. She goes on to say, this does nothing to help the Cuban people. When improving relations are in the works, doesn't that, at the end of the day, help the people of that nation?
Well, I think that something that, for the first time, we can say since 1980, there is a clear divide, a political divide between the Democrats, the presidential candidates in the Democratic Party, and those in the Republican side. In the Democratic Party, all the declared presidential candidates has endorsed the policy of the president, and they have said that they plan to even speed up the process of rapprochement with Cuba in case they get into the White House. It's very interesting, but in the Republican side, there has been a recent poll, and 57% of those voters who identify themselves as Republicans are supportive of establishing diplomatic relationship with Cuba. If you look at the presidential candidates, all of the presidential candidates, with the exception of Rand Paul, that is more a libertarian Republican at the same time, their position has been against the policy of the president. But the division is inside the party. There are a lot of people within the great old party, that support a change of policy towards Cuba. There are candidates within the Republican Party that support a change of policy towards Cuba. And there is a very strong business community that is moving more and more in favor of a change. The big bulwark of resistance is in a group of Cuban-American elected officials, particularly Senator Marco Rubio, and Jeb Bush, that is a kind of a pro-embargo member of this group in honor. Although he's not Cuban, he has made all his political career in Florida, and particularly in Miami.
Arturo Lopez-Levy, we have run out of time, but I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon. Thank you so much.